The fact that I was in the middle of doing the bit and the internet said, no, cease this feminism cringe. Okay, are we back? Have we lived? Feminism cringe can't keep us down. Any water? His water tastes funky. So, back to the Carl rant that was already in process. Hey, Nora. Hey, Nora. Nora. You know who else uses perceptions and perceived actions in society through social standards and expectations to trick people into believing them so that they can manipulate them with a false sense of personality? Do you know who else does that, Nora? Hey, Nora, do you know who else does that? Women! You fucking bint! Women do that too! Maybe women and men have the ability to be seen as not good. Because that's the point. You stupid fuck. We really got to figure out what's causing these fucking crash waves. These are now happening almost consistently. Anyways. The same thing that you said about the princes using their beautiful appearances to hide their malicious intents is the exact same fucking thing that women do. So feminism is already at the consequence of dealing with that as a problem. Alright? We're all right here in the same place. But for some reason, it's different when women do it. Also, let me see this. I'm going to use this as a way to see if I can be able to actually make use of this in the product. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't know if it's working correctly. It doesn't appear to be working right. Oh no. Because I can't actually hear myself on the audio monitor with this. So I'm probably fucking with my microphones right now. With my microphone setting right now, I'm making it worse. Anyways.
His kindness is only a means to an end, and he'll turn around and stab you in the back the moment you are no longer useful to him.
Or he'll stab you between the thighs.
Thematically, Utena is a retelling of a fairy tale, and for that reason, it retells its own story over and over again, adding, changing, and adapting until finally, a different ending can be reached. Sleeping Beauty deserves a better ending.
Okay, write one. Make 'em! Make 'em! Don't sit here complaining saying that somebody should do it. Go do it! Recognize the marketplace. Capitalize on it.
Fairy tales and magical girls are kind of weirdly symbiotic. They have a lot of the same story components: persecuted heroines, medical transformation, and most importantly, true love conquers all. During the magical girl boom, even Snow White got an anime adaptation, and it was fine. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. It's probably not very good, actually. I knew I was never going to be able to cover every Sleeping Beauty adaptation, but I was surprised at how many scattered scraps I remembered once I actually started looking, including 2 separate Vocaloid songs. But I feel like I have to give an honorary mention to Dimension 20's Never After, because it's one of my favorite fairy.
Of course. Dimension 20 mentioned. We can't escape it. We're all stuck in the box. They all are addicted to watching fucking celebrity voice acting. Every single time. Celebrity voice acting, what equivocates to basically a soap opera. Carl, that mean doing something meaningful. I know.
Fairy mashups, period. Dimension 20 is a D&D actual play show, and Never After, despite being the horror season, is very, very funny, and surprisingly heartfelt. Like, genuinely, it has brought me to tears. Spiritually...
Yeah, because all you motherfuckers are still addicted to the exact same shit of watching other people play video games on the internet, and then being sad that you don't socially interact with people, and wishing, man, I wish I could play these things with them too, but honestly, it's literally just a radio drama with extra steps.
It's very connected to Princess Tutu, in that the characters are becoming increasingly aware that the hand of the author is perfectly content to make them suffer as long as it makes for a good story. But, like, with less ballet and more bubblegum and whiskey. And the same amount of talking cats, weirdly. This video probably wouldn't even exist without Never After, because it does focus so heavily on fairy tale variants and retellings. And I think it's what initially piqued my curiosity about not only how much they've changed over time, but how they're going to change again. In the opening...
You can stop glazing, Brian Mulligans. Please. Please stop glazing, Brian Mulligans. Stop glazing, Brian Mulligans. You guys are giving him the exact same treatment of Matthew Mercer, and it's not helping. I, for one, do not like looking at college trash and kind of funny and cracked.com alums and escapees try desperately to make themselves into social media celebrities because they're not used to being put on the spotlight the way that they used to back when the Obama boom meant that they had free money to literally make garbage fucking jokes that ended up landing like a wet fart, which is why most of their publications had to cut their fucking staff to begin with.
Scene, Siobhan Thompson is introduced playing her character Rosamund Dupree, her version of Sleeping Beauty, where the prince never came for her, and she woke up alone, and the briars have taken root in her body, because they have to keep her safe. At the time of recording, the first episode is available for free on their YouTube channel. The rest is either for members only or on their streaming service. And also, like, this isn't an ad. I have no affiliation with Dropout. They do not...
You're just really addicted. You're just really, really addicted to this, and you really need to tell everybody about this, but you can't suggest to them other shit. Yeah, we know what it is, Nora.
Pay me to shill for them. I just really like Never After, okay? Anyway, this video took like a year to make, working on it on and off again between other projects. My mom jokingly called it my magnum opus, but genuinely, I feel like I've never worked harder on anything in my life. So if you enjoyed this, please share it with a friend or something. This is kind of a weird video, so please like, comment, and subscribe to feed the YouTube algorithm, please. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'll even be able to make something like this again, or at least not at this scale. This was a very art-heavy video. Like, conservatively, there's probably like, I don't know, 500 unique drawings in this video. So part of the reason I've been gone for so long is just because of how dense this project was. And this is what—
So there's your confirmation that she drew them herself. Once again, go make a fucking webcomic! No thank you, I don't want to lose my friends.
my paper flowchart initially looked like, and I felt very much like a rambling maniac with thumbtacks and string trying to piece this all together.
Because you are? Because you don't know how to do thinner through lines despite having a channel of your size at this level with this amount of focus, with this amount of people who are supporting you the entire time to give you helps, tips, and tricks? Not you not learning from the content that you consume and then putting it in your own work. Oh no!
But even putting that aside, I just burned myself out real bad. I increased my output to 1 video a month, which left me very little time between videos to recover, so I'm gonna rework some things going forward. I was always planning to come back, I just didn't think it would take this long. I'm sorry I left without saying anything. Thank you for waiting for me. And thank you to all of my patrons. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to read everyone's name regardless of level. You're awesome.
It's just endings now. There it is. She spent all that time away so that she could then tell you, hey guys, go watch and go be a part of Dimension Roll. I'm combining Critical Role and Dimension 20 in the same sentence because it's basically that. You got one group of people who are really in love with the DM for Critical Role, and you have one group of people who are really in love with all the content creators that are these holdovers of all these Funny or Die like websites being held together by Brendan Lee. I dislike progressives. Anyways, it's time for me to leave. If only the stream hadn't died there, we would have been able to get here. But anyways, there are 2 days left. Tomorrow, we will have a versus chat. And I think I might just skip streaming entirely for the morning, because I am working on the reviews. I'm going to just have to accept that the scripted reviews are going to be part of that total, because I'm not even done working on the Brianna Womannequin video, because it keeps getting more condensed. My magnum opus keeps getting more condensed. It's like 75% done. In my opinion, I think Norality's left because she couldn't handle her success. She wasn't used to the money, she wasn't used to the attention, she wasn't used to the fame, and she wasn't used to the criticisms that were coming to people. By all means, write off the criticisms of people like me, but you also miss out on the actual amount of intelligence that you could learn from people like me. But she probably couldn't handle it. And it was probably weird to her. So as she was creating her comeback, she just ended up putting it off more and more and more, and then consuming more and more content. Which, as a content creator, that's what she's supposed to do. She consumes content and then shapes her opinion about more content that she makes as well as she consumes. But she ended up just doing the exact same fucking thing that they always do. She went back to molding about her personal favorite fucking shit. Cringe! And I remain vindicated. I am the original Morality's hater. I am the original Morality's hater. Nobody hates it more than me! So anyways, versus chat tomorrow. I forgot what the topic was. I have to look. Where's your thread? Tomorrow's versus chat is going to be on a trans creator and a weird puppy girl polycule that they've created around themselves. That'll be the last piece of content before we all become poachers in a digital wonderland. We will be streaming on day of launch Monster Hunter Wilds. There will be plenty of different people who will be in the broadcast work. You'll notice some people from the server. You'll notice some people that are mutuals from me on Twitter. You might notice some people that we've never met at all. It's going to be a fun time. We also, more than likely, I'm pretty sure it hasn't hit yet. I can check right now. But I'm almost certain with the amount of money all of you have given thus far, we have already gone and hit past the limit of the cost for South of Midnight. So we're going to do a poll down towards the back end of the versus chat, where we're going to decide where some of that money will then go towards next, based on the games that are coming out within this fiscal quarter, as well as within quarter 2 of 2025. And we'll just be setting up fucking Let's Plays of this at this point. Because the next video, or the next dare drop, that is potentially in front of us, based on the opportunity that we have to try it, I believe I wrote down was Game Stonk Simulator, but I didn't immediately take it, simply to give myself some breathing room. Let me double check it right now. So right now, including the final dare drop video that I need to drop, which I need to have done in the next 8 days. So I'm working on it a lot now, because I know that I'm going to lose time to Monster Hunter Wilds. As I work on the Cross Shooting Insight and also on the Avowed review, I'm also going to still be working on the Womanican video throughout March. I have 8 days on that if I don't end up sending it back. The next drops that we're valid for is Game Stonks as a demo. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing to play Avowed on stream, but I will be playing it off stream and putting that into the Avowed review. Because if I go off of what I just have right now, I would only be able to review the first section of the game. I want to do a little bit more, but in order to do that, I need to make a save file that is specific for a reroll, or I have to make a copy of the save file where I am right now in the story, because one of the bugs of the game has made it impossible to continue forward with a fast-paced playthrough, where I get to choose a specific option that will enable my character to be assaulted by player character hunters for the rest of the game. Which, that's so cool, that's so fun, that's so fun. But also to that extreme, looking on my back end, looking on my back end, looking on my back end. This is in the way. Now this is the way. This is in the way again. I do believe that the monies that needs to be paid out for this month did not collate and add up to this month's payment. So everything that has been earned in February will be gained at the end of March. So considering that South of Midnight will drop in the beginning of April, we will have to decide where that goes from there and pick something out that is decent, that my computer has the space to run, because I cannot have all of these games installed at the same time. I have to circulate around like 200 to 350 gigabytes of SSD drive space, and basically circulate them in and out. So, we'll have to work that out when we get there. But, for the current timetable, just to make sure you're aware of what we're doing, tomorrow is the Versus Chat. We're going to have a poll at the end of that Versus Chat, where we will decide what the next game getting funded for gameplay for I'm going to be tortured with is going to be. Monster Hunter Wilds, very big part, and somewhere within the next 7 to 8 days, 3 reviews. One of them will be for Avowed, another one is going to be for Macross Shooting Insight, and then the Womanican video is probably going to drop somewhere inside of March because of the timetable shift. Hope that helps everybody, and hope everybody's been entertained. I am going to go cook dinner now. I will see you in the funny papers, and I'm billing you for therapy. I'm billing all of you for therapy.